Hello, I'm Anna. I'm 13 years old. Do you remember what life was like when you were 13? Do you remember your friends and worst enemies? Stupid arguments and clever tricks? I'll remember my 13 forever. Watch this video to the end and find out how, because of a stupid fight with my brother, I had to become a boy. All my life, I wanted Bruno to be a foundling, and we kicked him out of the family. And Bruno kept saying that I was just pretending to be his sister. Bruno is my twin brother. We always fought, and our parents got sick of our arguing. They decided to put us in different rooms, and for this purpose, arranged cleaning in the attic. When all the stuff was taken out, I couldn't believe my eyes. It turned out that the attic looked so cool. I started whining to my parents that I wanted this room at all costs, and they had to give up in exchange for me cleaning it. Of course, I was all for it. However, when I went upstairs, Bruno was already hanging around. This asshole had already moved some of his stuff into my room. I couldn't stand it, and I hit this jerk hard. And we rolled around on the floor and tried to strangle each other. We were caught by our parents, and although they initially promised this room to me, they locked us both up. Have you been punished unfairly for the antics of your siblings? I burst into tears and buried my face in the corner. After half an hour of silence, Bruno pulled me up and offered me to bet on a room. He said we should pretend to be each other. The winner would be the one who, in disguise, could pick up more admirers. Our clothes were basically the same, and it wasn't difficult for me to put on his trousers and t-shirts. But something was still wrong. I looked down and, yeah, I got it. Well, it was a good thing that an extra pair of socks in my underpants solved this problem. I felt like a complete fool. I hope you won't go to school like this, was all Dad said. For the sake of the experiment, Bruno suggested that we go to the movies together. Did he think I'd be scared? Ha! Ellen, my ex-boyfriend's current girlfriend, noticed us at the movie theater. She was alone and kept looking in my direction. So it was not enough for her to steal my boyfriend. She also wanted to grab my brother. Well, this was my chance. I had always been a bit of a boyish girl, so it wasn't difficult for me to pretend to be a noisy, pretty boy. By the end of the evening, she had my phone number and I had hers. 1-0, Brunito. The easy victory turned my head. It was our aunt's birthday, and our parents strictly ordered us to come in our normal form. But there was no stopping me. When they left, I cheerfully suggested to Bruno, "Hey, let's stay like this." And they didn't recognize us. They all kissed Bruno on the forehead, shook my hand, and sat me down at the man's table. Everything was set in place. But then my aunt said it was time to start having fun and took out the forfeits. I was the first to pull the forfeit, and it turned out to be dance with your brother/sister. I gallantly invited the gloomy Bruno, took his arm, and almost screamed. Bruno very painfully stepped on my toes with his heel. I realized that he was angry with me for something. He stamped on my feet, pinched my hands painfully, and looked at me with a vengeful look. Of course, I lost my temper. I pushed him, and all the guests rushed to us, but it was too late. In my rage, I tore the bodice of Bruno's dress with a bra, and everyone could see that Bruno was not a girl at all. I just didn't know where to go from shame. And we were still standing in the center of the room. Everyone was looking at us. But salvation came from the aunt herself. She thought we were playing a joke on her. We had nothing to do but play along. what was waiting for us at home. This was some kind of hell. After swearing, we were locked in the attic. I started cleaning slowly just to keep my hands busy. Bruno joined in, and the two of us cleaned the room without cursing or interfering with each other. I didn't even think we could do this. Again, Bruno suggested a strange thing, which at first seemed wild, but which I then found meaning in. The idea was to vacate our old room and divide the room in the attic in half so that no one would be offended. Okay, I agreed. And Bruno is now dating with Helen. For himself. Have you had a funny or awkward story with siblings? Tell us. And don't forget to like and subscribe to the channel so that you don't miss new stories.